Are we back? We could be back. We're so back! Over 1 year ago, I made a video prediction talking about the Jujutsu Kaisen SH Figuarts figures that the Tamashii Nations, given they would revive the line, would eventually release. And guess what? They freaking did it, starting with Toji, and there's definitely more on the way. And I'm super excited to talk about the figures that do get released. I am literally giving Tamashii Nations the recipe for perfection. This is the holy grail, and I'm handing it to them for free because, God, I love talking about plastic little men. This video is split into 3 parts. The first part is finishing the Shibuya line, so we're only going to be talking about Shibuya. The second part is going to be talking about the execution arc, the beginning of JJK Season 3. If you watched the trailer, you've already seen all the characters from that, so there's going to be very light early Season 3 spoilers, and then we are going to be getting into some manga spoilers with the following arc that has yet to be shown in animated form. I'll give warnings before we get to those points, but regardless, let's start talking about the finished Shibuya line. So there were a lot of comments giving me requests for characters I didn't cover in my previous video. Specifically, the most highly requested one is Shibuya Megumi. Everybody was asking for a remake of this guy right here, because this guy is kind of poopy dookie. And I was going to give him a slide on the Shibuya version of the character. Unfortunately though, Megumi's bum ass was too busy fighting the grade 5 fly spirits in the bakery, or whatever the hell he was doing. And you know, he's a fraud. If you like this character, there's something totally wrong with you. This guy, he's a sore loser, and he sucks. I don't know why you'd want another figure of this guy. He's terrible, he's awful, and yeah, he doesn't deserve a slide in my prediction video. Talking about a character who does deserve it though, we're talking about Mahoraga, and this is going to be a big boy action figure, much like Tamashii is doing for the One Piece line, where they're giving $200-ish big boy action figures that are like 10 inches. I think they're gonna do it for Mahoraga. He's not really gonna come with that much stuff as a result. I have not seen a face of Mahoraga where he isn't teeth gritted. Mahoraga doesn't really need any faces, but I think he should come with stuff from Megumi and Sukuna, and same with the accessories. I think he should come with a Sukuna slash, but other than his little knife dagger thing and the wheel, I can't really think of too much he can come with, except he needs a cloth skirt. He needs that for the leg articulation, and I know Tamashii Nations hates cloth skirts, or they just hate cloth goods in general. But they need to do it. Because this is going to be a big boy action figure with a medium-ish amount of stuff. I think he's going to cost the same as the other big boy action figures, around $250 or so. Next figure on this list is going to be Mahito in his true form. And a couple people were asking for this. I'm not quite sure why. It doesn't really have that much screen time, but you know, another Mahito, I'm all here for it. His accessories, though, are going to be kind of iffy. Again, this figure, or this character, doesn't really have any type of faces. He's wearing a mask. So I think he should come with Yuji and Mahito DLC to recreate the IMU scene. Sort of going into his accessories, again, there's not really too much you can come with. You can come with little cursed purple fist thingies, and you can come with a black flash for Yuji. And since this figure pretty much has the same lower body as normal Mahito, I don't think he's going to cost too much. I think half of him is going to be reused given the legs and whatnot. And then the last figure I left out of the Shibuya line that many people wanted me to add is Togi Inumaki, and I literally had no idea how to make this any different from the Figma, but I gave it a shot anyways. Faces are kind of iffy, but someone did suggest to me that he comes with a Yuta cursed speech face. I personally would hate that crap, but this is Tamashii Nations. They love pulling stunts like this, so if it means buying another figure to get my Yuta using cursed speech, then... And then accessories, I literally could not think of anything to add here, but since this is Shibuya, we could have a sleeveless arm for Inumaki, considering he loses it, and then a rice cake, because, you know, it's your boy. I don't really know how much this guy's gonna cost. I don't think he's gonna cost that much, because I don't really think he's gonna have too much. He friggin' talks. That's his power. He talks to people. We're done talking about this arc now. We're moving on to bigger and better things, specifically things that will be covered in JJK Season 3. So light anime spoilers for the first few episodes. Nothing too massive here. Starting now with second year Yuta. My boy, we need a second year Yuta figure. If they reissue that JJK01, I'm going to cry. Second year Yuta figure would be so awesome. The face potential is huge. It's massive. He could have so many faces, and he can also come with a Yuji scarred face, considering he fights Yuji at the beginning of Season 3 and whatnot. That's in the trailer. It's not a spoiler. Accessories are kind of iffy. I think they will give him the Toji treatment with the windswept hair. Maybe some type of curse effect, because, you know, purple. It could be curse effect for the sword. It could be a curse effect like I showed here. I don't know. I honestly, it could be anything. And as a result, I think he's going to be somewhat expensive, but not too much, because most of his body is going to be reused. I think he's a little taller, but they could take the whole body and we'd buy it anyway. It's easy reuse. I don't care, dude. It's Utah. I'm buying it anyway. Character I covered in my previous video, and I'm covering again here, is Maki, but this is the post-Shibuya version. This is the version you see after Shibuya, where she's all beat up because she got fricked up by Jogo. And the faces, there could be quite a good spread. I know a lot of people say she's not very expressive or doesn't have a lot of personality. I disagree. I think this is actually where Maki's character arc peaks. I think she needs to come with a lot of faces. I was really upset to see that Toji's SH Figuarts only had smiling faces. Don't do that with her, or I will literally cry. And since her sword, I'm pretty sure, is just the bloodied up version of the Soul Sword, they could literally just steal that from Toji and paint it red. And then she needs a cloth cape, and since Tamashii Nations are scared of cloth goods, this is going to be a very expensive figure. But let's talk about another Zen, particularly my favorite one, Naoya. He's a pretty expressive boy. He's got a lot of sadistic faces you can give him, and then also some shocked expressions too for when you're humbling him. But in terms of accessories other than faces, I couldn't really come up with much other than windswept, maybe some type of flickering punch effect. I don't think he's really gonna have any weapons or whatnot, so he's gonna be on the cheaper side. But moving on from the anime, we are now gonna get into heavy manga spoilers for the Culling Games. Not heavy, but we're going to be talking about characters that are featured in it. But if you haven't read the manga, get out, dude. It's time. We're talking about manga spoilers. Starting with Higuruma, dude. Deadly Sentencer. I would be so freaking down for a figure like this. There's so much stuff you can come with. You have the evidence, the mallet that becomes the executioner's sword. There's a lot of stuff you can pack in with this guy, and he's a fairly popular character. He might be one of the most popular characters post-Shibuya. He's gonna be at least 80. I could see him even 90 if they give him even more stuff than what's on the slide here. This guy's really the limit. There's no telling. Another character I'm super excited to see get an action figure when the time comes is Kenji Akari. I freaking love this guy. Just look at his faces, dude. Like, this is the expression of a goat, okay? He doesn't really use weapons, though, so for accessories, I think he's gonna have that cloth jacket so he can take it off and be shirtless and, you know, hit it. Other than some hands for the domain expansion and a cloth jacket, I don't really think he's gonna come with that much. So I think he's gonna be medium-ish price. Cloth, scary. Yeah, we get the point. You can't have Akari without your boy Kashimo. And I know a lot of people like to call him a fraud. And if I see you calling him a fraud in my comments, I'm probably gonna pin it. I love Kashimo, though, and he's a super expressive boy. Might be one of the most expressive characters in the series, by the way. Not enough people say that. And his accessories are pretty cool with the purple lightning and his little staff thingy, whatever. But it's nothing too crazy. I think he's gonna be pretty high-end, just because lightning effects and weapons, you know, those always bolster the price up a crazy amount. That's pretty much my entry point into the Culling Games, and many of you are probably wondering, well, what the frick, we didn't even talk about that many characters here. And yeah, that's true. I'd be saving that for the third prediction video, because I kind of talked about a wide variety of things here, but I do have one character in mind for who I want to start with in my third predictions video, and that would be no other than Yuki. I really like Tall Whip. Just freaking kidding, dude. Yeah, I got you, dude. A Takaba figure would literally transcend time. A SH Figuarts Takaba would be the greatest thing ever created. I'm putting that in a box, saving it for 100 years, and I'm passing it down through generations, dude. That's pretty much the prediction video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making these slides, and I really do like talking about this line. It's one of the most interesting action figure lines ever. I think it is the most interesting that's ongoing right now. So let me know if you agreed or disagreed with anything I presented here. I appreciate the support on the first video, as well as my comparison to my Toji prediction versus the actual Toji figure. And I'll be doing that with more figures as the line continues. If you want to continue talking about this line with me, I have a Discord, Instagram, and from time to time I'll be going live, and you could shoot me some messages there and talk about the JJK line. I'm always happy to talk about this line. It's just super fascinating. But otherwise, that's about it from me. So I hope you have a good rest of your day or night, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!